Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you about doing something that's really simple, and that's doing what you actually enjoy. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Now, I'm not talking about things that impress people, things that look productive, things you force yourself to tolerate. I mean stuff you truly enjoy, the kind of things that make you feel good on the inside. I mean real good, more like yourself. Don't you know that a surprising number of people have lost touch with that feeling? Not because they're incapable of joy, but because somewhere along the way, their joy just got lost in the shuffle of life. So in this video, we're going to talk about getting your joy back. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, have a seat, and let's talk about getting your joy back here on A Different Choice.
Ooh, you gotta love yourself. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. Hey, you gotta love yourself. Just letting you know, you got to love yourself.
Hey everybody, and welcome to A Different Choice. My name is James and I'll be your host. Why do some people have such a hard time just having fun, just enjoying themselves? Well, there are many reasons. Life is one of them, expectations another. It seems that we've learned that enjoyment must be earned. We've gotten to a point where fun must be justified, that hobbies must become a side hustle, and that every hour should produce something. And then ever so slowly, life becomes a performance instead of an experience. People wake up, go through routines, check boxes, meet obligations, stay busy, and still feel disconnected from their own lives. Why? Because human beings are emotional creatures. Matter of fact, we're creative creatures and curious creatures. And when life contains no genuine enjoyment, something inside of us starts shutting down. Now, let me stop and make this one point clear. Doing what you enjoy does not mean avoiding responsibility. It does not mean chasing pleasure every second of the day. But don't you know that some of the most meaningful things in life are difficult? Raising children, that's difficult. Building a business is difficult. Learning a new craft is difficult. But there's a difference between meaningful difficulty and soul-draining existence, because one grows you and the other empties you. And many people have spent years normalizing emotional exhaustion. They say things like, that's life. Everybody hates their job. Fun is for the weekends, or I'll enjoy life later. But everyone knows that later is not guaranteed. And if you keep postponing your joy, you can wake up one day realizing you built the life that you don't even enjoy living. That realization can be painful. So how do we reconnect with our enjoyment? How do we get back to just having a good time? First, we have to become honest. Ask yourself, what genuinely makes you alive? I mean, what really gives you joy? Not what gets approval, not what sounds impressive, but what do you enjoy when nobody's watching you? Maybe it's music, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's writing, it could be hiking or even gaming. Hey, how about this? Maybe it's painting badly just because it makes you feel good. Some people like to sit quietly with a cup of coffee and no agenda, sitting on the front porch or maybe the back porch and watching nature. Really, the specific activity doesn't really matter. It's the feeling that's attached to it that matters. Now, here's something else worth understanding. Many people stop doing what they love because they turned it into pressure. You know, a hobby becomes content, a passion becomes branding, creativity becomes productivity. Play becomes performance. And suddenly, the thing that once restored them starts exhausting them too. Now, I want you to hear this. Not everything you love needs to be profitable. Some things are sacred precisely because they are unnecessary. You don't need to monetize your peace. You don't need to optimize your joy, justify every passion with an outcome. You don't need to do all that. Sometimes the value in it is simply this. It makes you feel alive again. It makes you feel good. And you know what? Feeling good is enough. Let me give you an example. I love to cook. Now, I'm not the greatest, but I've cooked up some impressive meals, wiped off some plates and given great presentations, did all that. And there are some friends who said that I should cook for a living. But see, I know that if I do that, that would bring or take the enjoyment out of what I was doing. Because if I did that, if I changed my enjoyment of cooking to cooking for a living, then now I have the pressure of getting the meals right, getting the presentation right. And more times than not, it's not great. When I cook, it's not great, but I can eat it. And that's why it's enjoyable. Experimenting with flavors that some people will look at me and say, what? Another important truth is this. Small enjoyment matters more than people realize. See, people often imagine a life transformation as dramatic as change. You know, quit the job, move across country, or reinvent yourself overnight. But many times, life improves through smaller acts of permission and enjoyment. Listen to music that you truly love, not what you're supposed to listen to because of your culture. Going outside more, laughing more. Oh man, how about calling people who calm your nerves instead of having to talk to people who get on that last nerve? I'm talking about those tiny moments of honest enjoyment because they slowly rebuild your emotional health. They truly reconnect you with yourself. And maybe that's the deeper lesson here. Doing the things you enjoy is a part of life. Because a healthy life is not measured only by achievement. It's also measured by aliveness, by moments where you feel fully awake inside. So let me leave you with a simple question. What have you stopped allowing yourself to enjoy? What would happen if you give yourself permission to begin enjoying that again? Just think about that. Going out and riding your bike. You haven't ridden a bike in years. Going out and just going into nature, having taken a hike somewhere. Going out and just painting on like I do. Just cooking just for the fun of it. Sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it comes out bad, but it's all for you and not just for a performance or for somebody to say yes or no, yay or nay. Just think about that. And until next time, be good to yourself, forgive yourself, but most importantly, love yourself. And we'll see you next week, right here on A Different Choice.
Ooh, you gotta love yourself. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. Hey, you gotta love yourself. Just letting you know, you got to love yourself.